social networking being so popular, viral marketing is taking off by storm. But there's an element of risk as brands have no control over the conversations customers start or how they'll react on these platforms. Group Media Director for Hello World agency Dominique Harmse and our guest host, CEO of ACA Odette Roper, are here to unpack this idea. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Dominique, just how risky could a viral marketing campaign be?
Well, viral marketing in itself opens up risk as you are allowing people to say what they want, basically. But the beauty of that is also the fact that you can respond quickly, especially if it's done through online platforms. So yes, there is risk, but if it's managed properly, the risk is actually works in your benefit.
What could be risky though? Give us examples.
So for example, if you had a Facebook page that you were spreading a message virally on, people could comment negatively on that. So maybe a restaurant's got a Facebook group or something along those lines. If someone had a bad experience, they would comment on the wall and say bad things. It allows you the opportunity immediately to respond quickly and give them an answer, maybe offer them a voucher to say sorry. So yes, there's risk, but it's you can manage that risk.
Share with us a successful viral campaign.
Okay, currently we're working on one for one of our clients, Simba. We've got a Facebook fan page going and a Twitter feed going for their What's Your Lack of Flavour campaign. It's got just over 1,400 fans at the moment. And what we recently did in the last 2 days was we notified these fans about the top 20 flavours that have been chosen. And we got a lot of mixed reaction, but in saying that, it's a very good thing that we got that, because it means that people are listening to what we are feeding them through the Facebook page. So, for example, some people felt the flavours weren't representative of South Africa. Other people loved it. We had very mixed reviews, and basically we were monitoring the situation at the moment. But what's fascinating about it is that we can comment back, and people are responding to our comments. And that's viral. And people on Facebook will also, so for example, someone's a member of our fan page, their friends will see that. Right. If they comment on a page, their friends will see that they've commented, and it'll intrigue their friends to maybe join our group, to talk about it more. That's just a very slight example of what we're doing at the moment for that. But it just indicates how you can interact and upload things very quickly and respond very quickly. It's very, very
I think it goes back to the age-old saying about customers stay with an organization because a relationship was formed. And relationships are formed because of a dialogue and communication. If you look at some stats, the #1 reason why customers don't stay with an organization is for a lack of communication. And I think what the viral environment has provided for many marketers and many brands is that opportunity to create that relationship, that intimacy that comes from communication.
And consumers feel a need to interact.
Absolutely.
And voice their opinions.
Absolutely. And what you have, again, is word of mouth advertising. And word of mouth advertising is the best acquisition tactic for new business. True. If I like something and I refer my best friend and I am an advocate in it and bear testimonial to it, be it on a Twitter, Facebook or any other medium talking, chances are the conversion for you to become at least a trialist of the product or the brand or the service is a lot higher than if I were to cold call.
There's some research, I'm a bit hazy on who did the research, but the research has shown that 14% of people believe advertising, where 76% of people believe what their friend tells them about a brand or whatever. They're more likely to talk to their friend.
Very powerful, that.
Very
powerful.
What people say.
Very powerful.
And that's where the whole PR aspect comes in.
Absolutely.
To protect the integrity of your brand.
But you know, it's like radio, for example. Radio is a very personal medium, simply because there's a voice on the other end, if you think about it. Listeners who call into talk shows feel like they know the person on the other end and they have a relationship, so they'll greet the person by their first name.
Right.
Much the same as if you were responding, if there was perhaps a cynic who posted something absolutely negative about the brand, product or service, you would have a person on the other end, in the eyes of the consumer, responding back to a very specific thing. So it's not a generic response that goes out to, dear customers, we are really dreadfully sorry. It's a very personal thing. You know, hi Odette, how are you? I'm sorry to hear of your experience, but please be assured in the public domain that when you come back, we will do whatever, or we will offer you whatever in compensation. Everybody sees this and everybody thinks, gosh, that's awesome. You know, so you can take the negative, the risk, and absolutely turn it into a positive, you know, because of the interaction and the communication. I think viral has just opened a whole new world to everybody.
Sure.
You know?
And let's look at benefits. Let's look at the upside. It's cost effective.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
easy to measure.
It's easy to manage. It's easy to measure. It doesn't cost a lot of money in terms of, yes, you might have to pay sort of a time fee for the person to sit and monitor the feeds and things. And there would be money involved if you decided to do a creative ad, maybe on Facebook, to sort of drive people to your page. But in general, it's much more cost effective. And what better way to interact with people the way they want to be spoken to? And it's just fantastic.
But more than that, it's the acid test.
Yes.
In traditional marketing, you would send out a campaign or a communication and you would hope that somebody who doesn't like it would respond back.
Yes.
Here, you're able to see straight away, within seconds, if somebody
Absolutely.
doesn't like what's happening. So you have the ability to be flexible, and your strategy can be determined by the responses that you get, and it's instantaneous, so you can be very progressive, very aggressive. You can
That's
also
true.
be very proactive, you know, in the campaign. I think it's an awesome medium.
It's fantastic.
Should you almost have a police in your marketing department to actually go online and check that everything is intact and no one's damaging your reputation?
I think it's
Definitely,
imperative, yeah.
definitely. I mean, especially with the in terms of PR, the advent of what we like to call sort of online editorial outreach. So it's like approaching bloggers, and there's a certain way you need to talk to bloggers. You can't just phone them up with your press release. It's not like normal sort of methods of PR. You have to do it in a completely different manner, and that takes skill. You have to have experience in it. We would recommend that you have some sort of digital strategy behind every campaign.
Absolutely.
Because whilst digital media is not the be all and end all, and a marketing campaign won't stand on its own with just a digital marketing strategy. It needs to be present in all strategies.
Integrated.
It has to be integrated properly, because people are going to be talking. Especially if you've got a fantastic ad on TV or a new product that launches, people will talk. So if you can control it, you win.
But I think more than that, it provides a platform for innovation. I've been reading a couple of case studies over the last few weeks, and everything that I've seen, yes, you see fabulous TV campaign and you think, well, that was really nice. But you see innovation coming through in the viral environment. You see things, ideas that have never been executed anywhere else before. You see such a freshness and a newness, in ideas coming through that actually leave you as a practitioner astounded at what opportunities there are and how differently you can do things. It's actually quite refreshing to see that all of a sudden there's this whole new, it would be wrong to say medium because it isn't a medium. It's a whole new world.
Sure.
It's a whole new playground. It's a whole new operating space. Everything, I think, the TV, radio, print, all the traditional media outdoor that we've had before, combined, is now available digitally because you can have videos, you can have audio, you can have stills, you can have all sorts of things going. So it's everything combined and just a whole new hemisphere of opportunity that becomes available. One more thing, the concern is that not everybody understands it. And I think there's still a lot of unknown around it, particularly around measurement. And I think that any strategy that is deployed has to have a sound measurement strategy or tactic behind it in order for us to start building this space, because I don't want to use the medium, into one that is absolutely respected and recognized as any of the other traditional media.
It can't be ignored.
Absolutely.
It absolutely can't be ignored as part of your strategy. And Dominique, very briefly, cause marketing. What is that?
In a big nutshell, it is when big businesses partner with non-profit organizations for a cause that will either generate financial benefits for the non-profit organization or just raise general awareness. A couple of weeks ago, you spoke about Yappie Chef on your show.
That's it, yes.
Yeah, Yappie Chef is a very good example of cause marketing. They took a very simple idea and they raised over 100,000 Rand in the end for Soil for Life, which was their charity, of course.
Excellent. Brilliant.
So that's basically in a nutshell what it is.
Thank you.